And your children are turned into mindless vassals who now they look up to some twit instead of looking up to Thomas Jefferson or looking up to Nikola Tesla or looking up to Magellan. I mean, kids, Magellan's a lot cooler than Justin Bieber. He circumnavigated with one ship the entire planet. He was killed by wild natives before they got back to Portugal. And when they got back, there was only like 11 people alive of the 200 and something crew, and the entire ship was rotting down to the waterline. That's destiny. That's will. That's striving. That's being a trailblazer and explorer. Going into space. Mathematics. Quantum mechanics. The secrets of the universe. It's all there. Life is fiery with its beauty. It's incredible detail. Tuning into it. They want to shatter your mind. Talking about Justin Bieber.
Hello out there. We're on the air. What's up? What's up? Happy Friday, everybody. Happy frickin' Friday to those of you who celebrate. I'd like to find a human being on this planet who didn't love Fridays. Why do people love Fridays? That's a question to ponder. Why do people? I guess Arnie's got an opinion on it. Did you guys hear that little bark? He did that twice today. That's his second little bark in the morning. I don't know what the hell his problem is. And he leaves. But why do people love Fridays? Well, my first instinct would be because people spend way too much of their life doing things that they don't enjoy doing. Monday through Friday, they spend their very precious time and energy doing something they don't necessarily enjoy doing for somebody they don't necessarily enjoy being with or around. And Friday, they get a couple days. You know, it's funny. There's all these different, I call them marketing campaigns because that's really what they are. There's a lot of these marketing campaigns about slavery. And the whole racism thing is all marketing. It's marketing for a broken society. That's what the marketing team does. They market for a broken, divided society, because when people are divided, when people think that they need to be arguing with people, that they're right and other people are wrong, and that this person is going to fix their problems and this person is going to cause them a bunch of problems, that's when people are weak and vulnerable. And that's what they want. That's what the we talk about the theys, the elites, and I kind of subscribe to the Jeff Booth theory of there is no they, there's only us. We are all human beings. But there are some people who don't want the best for this world and for each other. We're all human beings, but not all human beings are doing things for the right reasons, we'll say. And so those people who have had a stranglehold on this world and this economy and this society for many, many years now, many, many decades, hell, many, many centuries, they want to keep people divided, because when people are divided, they're weak. And their biggest fear, they got a couple fears. Probably their biggest fear, though, is people coming together. One of their other fears, I would say, would be just people being aware of them, that they exist. You know, we see the top 100 richest people on the planet, Time magazine. Complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. They might crack like the top 1,000, maybe, some of those people. But the real puppeteers, they're the ones behind the scenes. And so their biggest fear is light. They kind of they're like cockroaches. They kind of just hide in the dark. And so that's their biggest fears. They're scared of people coming together and uniting and realizing who the enemy actually is. The enemy isn't me or you or people with purple hair or people who have a different skin color than you. Not the enemy. We're all the same. We're all on the same team. And that's why I love Bitcoin so much, is because it brings people together. It brings people together. It makes it. Why does Bitcoin bring people together? Think about it. Why does Bitcoin keep people together? It's because everybody's playing by the same rules. Everybody's playing by the same rules. And everybody is working together. Everybody's working towards this goal of Bitcoin becoming the new standard for the financial system because of that reason, because it's a fair system. It's fair. Every single Bitcoin since January 3rd, 2009 has been mined or created in a fair way. So it's fair, it's transparent, and it's honest. Everybody's playing by the same rules. It doesn't matter how many people you know or what color of skin you have or what neighborhood you live in. Bitcoin doesn't care. Bitcoin has a set of rules, and that's what it runs on. And it doesn't force anything on anyone. If you want to voluntarily participate in this network, you have the ability to do that today. Nobody's going to stop you. There's going to be some roadblocks, some friction for some people in certain parts of the world, but that has nothing to do with Bitcoin. That has everything to do with the financial system not wanting people to participate in this network. So that's why Bitcoiners, we say Team Bitcoin, and I think that that's going to be a big theme for me in the coming months and years, is because when people are working together in harmony, that's how real things are built. That's how change happens. Nothing ever changes when everybody's fighting against each other and arguing with each other over nothing. So that's what they want, is they want to keep people divided. They want to keep people away from each other, not talking, and leading back to slavery here. All races, all religions, all people in history, doesn't matter. Everybody has gone through some sort of slavery. I know we're kind of familiar with one of them because it's more recent and it's part of the marketing program, but everybody's bloodline has some slavery in it. And I would argue that there's never been a worse time than right now in terms of slavery. Because when you think about it, the people who don't add anything to this society, they get fat. They're very bloated because the system, on the backs of the average people, the working class, they get to eat. And I'm not saying that, that shouldn't be the case, because I do believe that there's enough in this world. There's more than enough in this world where everybody should eat every meal and everybody should have a roof over their head every day. There's no reason why we don't. The only reason is because of fiat money, is because of the extractors, of the leeches, the bloodsuckers. So the unproductive members of society, they get fat. They get all the benefits from the working class. The billionaires, the elites, we'll call them in this situation, they also don't pay anything. It's funny. It's just so insane to me that, like, the richest people, because of the tools and the resources that they have, they hardly pay any tax. They hardly pay any tax. And I'm not about taxing the rich. I'm not. I think that if you earn your money in a fair way, then you should be able to keep it. You shouldn't know anybody anything. But because of the fiat extraction, people are forced to, I guess, contribute. But even so, there's just so many holes in this whole freaking system. It's like, there's a family out there right now who has 2 or 3 kids. Both parents are working their asses off. They're barely getting by, barely. Like, they're probably in credit card debt. They probably have different credit cards, different lines of credit. They're behind on all their payments, and they're still forced to send money to the government. For what? Do you think that their $6,000 or $7,000 worth of income tax this year is going to make a dent in anything? So I would say we're living in the dark ages. Brandon and I talk about that every week. We're living in the dark ages. That doesn't mean we're going to be in the dark ages forever. And that's why I got this orange hoodie on today. I wear this every time I'm feeling very hopeful and optimistic and bullish about the future. But I just don't see, slavery, how it used to be. It was like a 7-year contract with an employer, or if you signed on it, you had to stay with that employer for 7 years. That didn't mean you were just working for 24 hours a day against your will and not getting paid. It just meant that was the form of slavery at the time. It was indentured servants, they were called, 7-year contracts. But think about where people are now, where they're forced to work 2, 3, 4 jobs just to feed themselves and their family. And they're getting more unhealthy, more stressed out, detached from their neighbors and their friends and their family because they're trying to do so much just to eat, doing jobs that they cannot stand. And so, I mean, I think in a couple 100 years, they're going to look back on this time, because again, no time in history you could ever say, oh, this time was this. It's always when you're looking back on things, because when you're in it, it just feels like a normal thing, right? It's like a fish being born into water. They don't know that they're in water. So it's not until you actually look backwards to see just how bad it was or what was going on in that specific time in history. So I think from like 1913 to 2009, when Bitcoin was created, when looking back on that hundreds of years from now, that's going to be a very, very dark time in history because of what we allowed to happen. And, if Satoshi didn't create this protocol, if he didn't write the white paper, if he didn't mine the first block, we would be in a lot of trouble right now. We would be in a lot of trouble. I don't think there's anything that we could do to escape the hell that we would be walking into right now. And that's how a lot of people feel. That's how the majority of people feel right now, is that they're kind of just being perp walked into this hell on earth here. But they don't know about Bitcoin. They don't know about this fair, honest, transparent system that we all use, the lens that we see the world through, and how much hope and optimism that we have for the future. So anyways, I guess that's why Fridays are so exciting. I guess that's why people like Fridays. Oh, I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a good mood. I had a very small amount of sleep last night. Oh, we better flip this mug around. So we got Tigger and Pooh. Goes well with my hoodie today. But had a wild day yesterday. Drove. It was about hour 45, 2 hours yesterday. We couldn't play at our usual golf course that we play on Thursdays because it was too wet. Too wet. It's right along a river, so it's always wet in the spring, but it's really wet right now. So we had to go to a different course. So I had to drive further, and we were teeing off, and it was just absolutely pouring rain the whole way. Not the whole way there, but the whole way there, I was driving, and I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing? Rain the whole time. I think there was probably 5 minutes during the round where it wasn't raining. It wasn't raining hard. Like if it was raining hard, you just can't really golf when it's a downpour. But it was just there. And it was cold, windy. So and then I had to drive home after, and I got home at about just 11:30-ish. And then of course I was absolutely wired from from the round and from driving home in the rain. And but we're here because it's Friday, and there's nowhere else I would rather be than right here with all of you. So that's where we're at today. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're in as good of a mood as I am, and you're having as good a day as I am today. Ooh, look at that. We got an unknown miner 23 minutes ago, solo block. Okay, let's check on the chat here. What's going on? I see the Zap streams aren't working again. That's unfortunate. That's hurting the weekly paychecks for me, that's for sure. It'd be like you go to your job and there's a glitch in the payroll software and you're not getting paid. And I mean, there's still people like I would say the main supporters of the channel still find a way to support even without Zapstream. It's just I'm missing, a portion of it. So it wouldn't be like my full paycheck. And I hate even thinking about it like a paycheck, but in reality, if you actually looked at my live streams, I'll show you. How about this? Because you might believe me, you might not believe me, but how about I just show you? So I don't know what it is with YouTube. I really don't. So let me show you a couple things here. Show you a little bit of inside baseball. So when I go to, okay, let's look at this one. Let's look at this one. So this video here, again, I don't like thinking about it like a paycheck, but reality, that's what it is. So I don't know if I'm going to show you too much here or what, but I don't really care. So this is the live stream we had from May 20th. So 2 days ago. So there was 943 people. There's only 204 yesterday because I took it down. I just didn't want it on, I don't know. But so 943 people watched the live stream on Wednesday, I guess it would have been. So if we go into it here, where's the analytics? 943 people saw it. Oh, this one's not there yet. Let me see if there's some of them don't show up for a while. So let's go to this one here. Let's see what I made from this live stream. Oh, 16 what? What? There's no way. There's no freaking way. Was that even the right video? I swear to God, I looked at like 2 or 3 live streams the other day. They all had about 1,000 views. I mean, even $16 is kind of laughable. But the one the one that I saw was literally like 82 cents. It was 82 cents. As if that freaking happens. That's so funny. That is so funny. Okay, let's see. That was a live stream. That was a live stream that I was on. I mean, even still, $16. Here we go. Here, so this is the one right after that. So I don't know why there was $16 on the other. I have no idea, really. But 55 hours worth of watch time here. This is, again, it says 205, but it said 780, I think, on the other screen. So I don't know why it changes there. But there it is, 72 cents. That's what I was alluding to. Of course, that freaking $16 one comes on there. But even so, $16 for 2 hours, that's below minimum wage. So that's the live streams here. And that's kind of why, I don't have any sponsors. So a lot of YouTube channels would have, even if they weren't making a lot on their live streams, they would still have like the monthly amount coming in from their sponsors that would offset all that. And so it just, that's why it kind of bothers me that Zapstream's down right now because of stuff like that, right? It hurts. So I'll get it figured out. I don't know when I will, or if I will, or how I will, but that's just a little bit of inside baseballs there for anybody who cares. YouTube streaming ain't all it's cracked up to be. And that's what like, you know, I guess it's not really based on subscribers, but views. 1,000 views. 1,000 views. And YouTube pays me 72 cents. Something ain't right there. I don't know what it is, but something ain't right. Anyways, let's get to some comments here. Who's here? I've fallen way behind. Sats and sunsets. Yes, you're probably right. That's probably what it was. It was probably super chats, because I think it was either you or somebody else bought some memberships on that day. So that would make sense. Sharon B is here. She says, good morning. Happy fat, smoking, hot Friday. Sharon B, first in the chat. Sketchucation Rich is here. Good to see you, Rich. VHF, not too far behind. Good morning, VHF. Stripes, Eatable Zebra. Good morning, everyone. Happy Bitcoin Pizza Day. Good morning. Sats and Sunsets is here. The man himself, the man, the smith, the legend. Good morning, Sats and Sunsets. Spend Bitcoin. Today's Pizza Day. Yeah, you should spend Bitcoin every day if you have the ability to. I'm going to be spending some Bitcoin here in these next couple of days, I think. I'm going to be buying a radio. A radio from Flipper. So I'm going to be paying her in Bitcoin. I should ask if she takes Fiat. Flipper, can I pay you? Can I send you a Zelle or a PayPal? You'll have to claim it on your income taxes, Flip. Whale oil beef hooked MR ducks. Whale oil beef hooked MR ducks. I don't know what the heck that means, VHF. Morning ducks? I don't know. Joshua is here. Josh says, morning YouTube, come on over to Rumble, eh? Yeah, do that. Come hang out. Come hang out with the boys and the girls over on the forbidden stream. On the forbidden stream. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Like I just pressed a button by accident, but it was a button that I needed to press about 35 minutes ago. Fuck. I am actually, I don't know. One thing I've been I don't want to say it. One thing I've been thinking about, because like I would love to have like a producer, because you have no idea how many. There's not like a lot of things. There's really not. Like it's not that complicated. It's just there's so much going on in the morning, and I'm trying to get here. I'm trying to think about what I'm going to talk about. I'm trying to get ready for the show, and I always miss something somewhere along the way, and it usually costs me. It costs me. So, I was thinking, I wish I had a producer. Wouldn't need to be like a freaking full-time employee. It would just be somebody to like show up here in the morning with me and make sure that everything's good to go. You know what I mean? But I feel like if I did that, I would probably move towards like actually getting a sponsor. I would have to move towards getting a sponsor. That's probably the only way that I would make that work. Just to kind of pay their salary. But I don't know, man. Like to me, honestly, I think it's worth it just like trudging through it myself and screwing up sometimes and missing things sometimes, just so that I don't have to take on that burden. Captain's here, says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Captain. Good to see you, man. Captain says, I'm in the middle of reading the book called Inventing Bitcoin by Jan Pritzker. It goes into the technologies used to create Bitcoin. Great book so far. Cool. Inventing Bitcoin. Jan Bitcoin. Is that the older guy? Or Jan Pritzker? Might be a different guy I'm thinking of. Pritzker. Yeah, that's not the guy I'm thinking of. No. Oh, he's the co-founder and CTO of Swan Bitcoin. Huh. Interesting. So I ended up sleeping on the couch last night because I was so freaking tired, and so I got a dead battery here. Got a dead bats. Ducks, in fact, do not fly together or in a V shape. That would be geese. I think you got to check your facts there, buddy. But geese definitely do too. Ducks do not fly together. What are you talking about, VHF? Party pooper. Yeah, VHF is a infamous party pooper, I would say. Scotty Boy says, is this the right place for pizza songs? No, it's not. We got no pizza songs here. Oh, Scotty probably has one, though. Jake's here, 21 hats. Good morning, Jake. BTC Backpacker says, pizza carols are in full effect from Arnie and Jor. I can't wait. Good morning, beautiful people. Pizza carols, like Christmas carols? Arnie and I are not singing any pizza carols today, my friend. We are not singing any pizza carols. The Lord, good morning. BTC Backpacker, still waking up, yo, but I hear loud and clear my ducks in May. Duck Pond are happy this morning. I only seem to stay awake for the ducks these days. Well, are we starting too late, Scotty, or are you just too tired? Oh yeah, we got a lot. I'm gonna have to absolutely buzz through these. Bzz, 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 bzz. Sorry, folks, I'm probably gonna miss a lot here, but that's it is what it is. Jenny says, I didn't care about Fridays when I worked 3-hour shifts. Fridays is because now you've got the weekend off work. Yeah. Yeah, most people work like a 9 to 5 though. So that's why it would be like the day for that. But yeah, shift workers don't give a shit. Sapman says, because for most people, it's the last day at the salt mines. True words. Good to see you, Sapman. Sapman. Plebinator's here. He says, vote for Ed 2028. Praetorian says, good morning. Good morning, Praetorian. Good to see you, buddy. BTC Fanny Packer says, hit that like button. Cheers. Yes. Especially if you're watching on Rumble. Make sure you click that thumbs up button. I would appreciate. And if you don't, I will find you. I will find you. Okay, but yes, Jenny is here. Jenny is in the chat, everybody. Good morning, Jenny. Everybody say hello to Jenny. We got to. Because Jenny is, there's a lot of great names on that MOB leaderboard, but I think Jenny has the most names on there. The most Jennies. So everybody say a nice, big, fat good morning to, or as Sharon B would say, a nice, big, fat, smoking hot good morning to Jenny. There's Sharon B right there. Oh, yes. Greetings. Greeting committee. Joshua's here. Good morning. Rules without rulers. Exactly. That's what it is. Morrow says Bitcoin is truth to the individual. Truth to the individual. The collective lie to what they are scared of, which is the individual. Individuals realizing how powerful they are and how even more powerful they are when they combine, when they join forces, when they fly together. Absolutely. Ralph is here. Good morning, Ralph. I feel the spice coming on. No, spice is done. Spice is done. We're going back to tzatziki or French dressing. That's going to be us for the rest of the show today. Pretty. Got to keep it. Gotta behave here. Bill C-22, it's a cancer to free speech and even to Bitcoin. Signal could cease its operations here in Carneys, Canada, because they're refusing to comply with these liberal fucktards. Hey, Josh, I heard something yesterday. A little birdie. Let's see if I can find it here. Let's see if I can find this. No, it didn't work. I couldn't find. Never mind. I thought it was somebody in the chat might know this, but Start 9, they just announced, or they're actually have created a router. They've created a router. Start 9. Everybody loves Start 9. Probably one of my favorite companies. Probably the only company that I would take a sponsorship from is Start 9. Possibly CoinKite. But I love Star9, and they actually just announced their fully open source router. And I was listening to Rabbit Hole Recap yesterday on the way to golf, and Odell said that he has one of them and that he was actually streaming using his router. And not just the router, but he had Obscura, which is the VPN that I started using about a month ago now. So when you set up Obscura, you can choose the devices. So I have it on this laptop, I have it on my phone, I have it on another phone, but you can actually route it directly into the router. So then all the traffic coming from that Wi-Fi, I believe anyways, would be through Obscura's VPN. So again, it just kind of goes back to, yeah, we have idiots like this, like the Bill C-22 coming through, and like people are concerned about it, and rightfully so. But they don't understand what's playing out here. Anybody who thinks that they can control the internet at this stage and control the financial system at this stage, they are sorely mistaken. They are. Even if they deny it, there's not a damn thing that they can do about it. And the thing that we need to do is organize and multiply. That's what we need to do. Because the more of us there are, the better off we're going to be, and the weaker they become, and the more irrelevant they become. So I don't know if anybody here has read The Sovereign Individual, but that's, in my opinion, what's going to play out, because they have no ability to stop that. You cannot stop frequencies. Like, that's the whole thing here. That's what I'm trying to say. And as long as you have people like Matt Hill who are building things like the fully open source router, and you have companies like Obscura who have found a way to make VPN even better, then it really doesn't fucking matter what Mark Carney thinks. You know what I mean? They have no ability to control frequencies. Like that's just a facade, an abstract idea that they have. They can't. So it'll be the people who aren't aware of the tools and technologies that we have that are, impacted most by this. I'm not going to be. I don't care what they put through C-22 or C-23. Who gives a shit? Give me an open source router with a VPN through it. I could be fucking anywhere. I could be in the Bahamas. My signal could be coming from the Bahamas, or my signal could be coming from the Bahamas. You can't stop frequencies. You can't control frequencies. So, and you can't stop speech as much as they want to. They can't, because as long as you have those frequencies for voice and things to travel through, you can't stop that. Can't stop it. Not just a catchphrase. Nothing can stop what's coming. Not just a catchphrase. The top 1% pay 40% of the taxes, supposedly. Well, if that's the case, Sats and Sunsets, it's the ones who are like the borderline of the top 1%. The really top 0.1%, they pay zero, because they have their money in the Bermuda Triangle and the islands, the Cayman Islands, and they have 30 lawyers on hand to make sure that they don't have to pay any taxes. They're the ones who can afford not to pay taxes. Like, that's just the biggest, like, and then it's the people who go to work and spend their whole life doing something that they hate and barely getting by, who are the ones who are paying the most to the government. It's a system that's bound to fail, because it just actually makes no sense. Once you step away from it and look at it from the outside, it makes no sense. And it's not sustainable. It's not a sustainable model. And they know that. They know that too. That's why they're doing things like Bill C-22. If the government was just sitting pretty, they were cozy, and they weren't worried about anything, they would not be shoving things like Bill C-22 through. So think about it that way. Think about it that way. Peacemaker says, I love the orange sweater. Good morning, Peacemaker. Good to see you, man. BTC Backpacker, preach a jar. BTC Backpacker. I was listening to the Backpacker stream last night on the way home from golf. It's a good time. They got the whole family there. So if you need something to do at nighttime, BTC Backpacker and family stream would start at 7 o'clock my time, which would be 8 o'clock Eastern time, which would be 5 o'clock Pacific time, which would be 6 o'clock Mountain time, I think. So that's when the BTC Backpacker family goes live. VHF says, we live in Satan's realm for sure, but even here, there is beauty and freedom if you want to see it and take advantage of it. 100%. 100%. Hundo P. Fat Rant Friday. Yeah, that's what it is today. Ultimately, it's God's realm that he has allowed Satan to have dominion over. In the end, Satan is doing God's work as this is all part of his plan, his simulation. Well said, VHF. James, good morning. Jenny says, last hospital 5 years, they messed up a year's worth of paychecks. Wow. Damn. Bit Billy's here. He says, hello, everybody. Good morning, Bit Billy. Good to see you, man. What's a paycheck, says Scotty, the retired man. Antonis says, hello, beautiful community. XX. Is that kisses? Hugs and kisses? Is hugs and that? Yeah, hugs has got to be X. Kisses got to be O. Anyways, we are 50 freaking minutes into it today. And I got some shit to talk about. And I don't have a whole lot of time. So I got to keep skipping here. But I want to see what Jenny says. Jenny says, VHF, Satan's dominion was never part of the original plan. The plan had to change when sin occurred. However, God can work everything for the good of those who love him. With a big kiss. Well said, Jenny. Well said, Jenny. 92 watch time hours for my whole channel, Scotty says. Yeah, but you got freaking 1 hour videos, or 1 minute videos. Salty Brewer says, cheers. Look at this. Wow. Sats and Sunsets, 10 memberships. And I think those are going to be put to good use. Because if you're a member on the YouTube channel, you get access to the digital homestead course. So this means way more to me than the monetary figure attached to the Sats and Sunsets. Because now 10 people will be able to access those first 2 episodes that we posted in the digital homestead course. And they'll probably get 3 and 4 and maybe 5 episodes in there. So that is massive. And whoever got one of those memberships should give a big thank you to Sats and Sunsets for that. And look at that. Matches my hoodie kind of here. So cheers, Sats and Sunsets. I very much appreciate that. Very, very much appreciate that, man. S&S with 10 points on the board. I think it'll be 10 points, although I might have to do a little bit of math there because the memberships are a little bit different. One membership on Rumble is 1 point on the main leaderboard. But the YouTube ones, I'll have to examine that. You know what? I'm going to give 10 points because of the non-monetary premium attached to that. Because 10 people will now get access to the digital homestead course. So I'm going to give 10 points for that. Thank you, Sats and Sunsets. Very much appreciate it. Oh, you're supposed to say it faster, like Mur? Or what? Mur? In a Newfoundland. I don't have a Newfie accent, man. I'm from the prairies. Jenny says, I'm still trying to figure out how to pay them for the actual radio and the shipping. I sent Flip her sats for her labor already. I can't wait to get that radio. It's going to be sitting right here probably. I'm going to put it right there so it's always in view. The 88 sats radio. I had a big one. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. I brought this radio in here to put in the background, but it was too freaking big. Look at this thing. It never found a home. It never found a home in here because it was too big. But I think Flipper's one would fit right there. I already have a spot for it. And I think she's going to be selling them to people. Oh, is that Lux? We might have some lucky action here, folks. we might have some lucky action. Speaking of lucky, I should check his wallet here. Josh sent a big zap on Monday, it looks like, to Lucky Boy. Jenny sent one on Tuesday, I think. A Nico zap. And Sharon B just sent one 28 minutes ago. So thank you, Sharon B, to Arnie or to Lucky. And actually, on that note, I need to check Arnie's wallet right now, because Sats and Sunset said he sent one the other day. So I need to log into my trusted offline device here to get my password for Rizful. That's one thing that I would recommend. If you could do one thing, if you're somebody who uses Lightning all the time, yeah, there's Lucky. We might get eyes on him here. He's hunting. If you could do one thing, is create a new password for all of your Lightning accounts. And don't make it like one of your usual passwords. Make it something that's use like a random password generator to do it. And don't you should have it so you don't even memorize it. Like you don't know what the words are, the numbers are, the characters are. But that's what I would recommend. And if you have a cold card, you can actually store the passwords in your cold card, which is kind of another process, a whole process, because you also want to back it up. They're not attached to your 12 words. So if you had, let's say you had a cold card right now and you added some passwords in there, if the cold card stopped working or you locked yourself out of it or something, the passwords would be gone with it. So you have to do a special backup for your passwords on your cold card, which we're going to spend one of the digital homestead course episodes talking about, because it's uh-oh. Why did that not work? I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time. Why did that not work? That's a little... Frick, I don't like Rizful because I can't see what I'm typing here. Okay, well, I don't know why that's not working. I got the right email. Oh, that's why, because I have the wrong email there. Frick, I don't know what the email is attached to it. I don't think that's it either. Sorry, folks. Bear with me here for a second. Bear with me. But yeah, very, very important part as the technology gets better and things get crazier and crazier. You're going to want to keep your passwords offline, not anywhere online, not on a drive. Whoa! Oh shit! What the hell? Okay, we got some. What the hell happened here? Okay. Hold on. We got Myro. Good morning. Good. Sorry, I had your or good afternoon. I had your comment up here for 5 minutes there, and I didn't even say good morning to you. Oh, look at this curl right here. Look at this curl. What the heck? We got a freaking rogue curl there. Huh. Must have been the lack of sleep. Anyways, good morning, Myro. Raphael's here. Raphael VD Berg Bitcoin says, "What's up, Jor? I won't be able to join the Maple Bitcoin happy hour today. I'm going to a local pizza day meetup." Heck yeah. That's a way better way to spend the freaking Friday afternoon than in the Maple Bitcoin happy hour. Although those are pretty fun. Those are pretty fun. Look at James got a membership there from Sats and Sunsets. James got a memby. Nice work, James. Man, there's going to be some happy people. There's going to be some freaking happy people. Oh, shit. Rants only last for 5 minutes. Just like, man. Oh, my God. Okay, I'm missing some stuff here, I guess. I can see some of them here. I can see some of them. I see one from Sharon B. She says $1 and for rant 1. So thank you, Sharon B. And I see another one here from Sharon B as well. $2 for rant 2. So I guess we know what's coming next here, which is going to be rant number 3, which is going to be 300. That's how it goes, right? 1, 2, 300. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. Thank you, Sharon B. Thank you, Sharon B. Whale oil beef hooked. Say it fast in your best Newfoundland accent. Whale oil beef hooked. Whale oil beef hooked. Well, I'll be. Is that well, I'll be fucked. Well, I'll be fucked. Is it well, I'll be or will all be? I think that's what it is. Sharon B, I can see the rumble here. She said Jen had a rent also. Okay, so Jenny must have been earlier. Sats and Sun says, did you catch that one by chance? Did you catch that one by chance? So Jenny had a Fiat zap on rant. That's Sharon B never disappoints. Rants only last for 5 minutes, just like a man. I'm not even going to comment on that one. I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna hold back, even though it's Friday. The bigger the rant, the longer it stays, isn't it? I don't know. Well, okay, that's what I thought. VHF. Okay, so we got Sats and Sunsets, the eye in the sky, the man, the smith, the legend. He's got a little picture here for us. Took a screenshot. What was it, Jen? $2. Oh no. 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 We got Jenny. She said, get your coffee, get your booty in here. Oh, and feed the ducking ducks. That's what Jenny said. And she said $2. $2. And then we got another one here from Sharon B. She says, happy pizza day. Sharon B's on fire today. That was a $5. And then we got Jenny said, somebody please remind the troll that it's pizza day for Jerry's show. He's going to have a blast. The pizza man. The pizza man. Jenny says, Jory, you need a list so you don't miss stuff. I know, that Jenny, you're absolutely right. And it's funny because I was watching the new Netflix documentary, the PGA one. And there's one of the PGA players. He flies planes. And he's like, people think that being a pilot's a very difficult thing to be. And he's like, it's really not. It's really quite simple, actually. But you just have to have like a list. You have to have a list. And if you check all the things off on that list before you fly, then it's pretty easy. And I feel like that's probably the case for me too. I feel like if I would just kind of treated this like I was a pilot, and every time I pressed start stream, we were launching into the sky, and I had my whole pre-flight checklist. I'm going to write that down. That's a good. You're right, Jenny. I'm going to prioritize that. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to make a pre-flight checklist, and I know people like Sats and Sunsets and Jenny and Sharon B will remind me, hopefully, in the comments before the show starts, to check my pre-flight checklist. Or maybe just put an airplane as an emoji and then I'll remember. But I think we can do this. I think we can do this without a producer and therefore without any sponsors. I think we can do it. Mateo says, hope the Zap stream starts working again, but still happy to be here. Frick, I know. You're telling me, man. You're fricking telling me. But, you don't need Zapstream here. Zapstream's kind of like a middleman in a way. You can do peer-to-peer. Jor@rizful.com. If you want to send something, you don't have to send much. Every little bit helps because I'm somebody who understands the value of a Satoshi, not today, but in the future for what it's going to be used for. And actually, we were talking about that on the Packer stream the other night. I said I'm gonna make eventually one of my plans here. Like I kind of have a mind map. I should probably put my mind map on paper too. But I kind of have a mind map of where I want this to all go in like in the next 10 years. And like one of the key components to it is I'm going to use all the sats that Arnie has received through the years. And I'm going to build an animal shelter. And not just like any old animal shelter. I actually want to have like a nice building. Obviously, that's what most shelters have. But I also want to use like a portion of this land to kind of clear out a little bit, not too much, but clear out a little bit of land and then put like a fence around it. So you could just let the dogs, if there's 5 of them, 10 of them, 20 of them, just let them fricking play in there for hours a day. And, put some other cool stuff in there, some slides and some obstacle courses. But that's what I want to do with Arnie's sats is to build a rescue dog shelter. And I know we're going to do it. I absolutely have no doubt in my mind that we're going to do it. But it's going to be one of those things where it's going to be reliant on I guess how fast Bitcoin goes up. The idea will be to not have to sell the sats, but to take a loan against the sats, use the sats that Arnie has as collateral for it. So that's where we are. Salty Brewer says you could pay them probably 12 cents out of 72. Bitcoin Nurse is here. TBN says, good morning, Bitcoin pizza lovers. Good morning. VHF says, I do not attend parties for that reason. I poop all over. I saw this Stripe. He said Swan Bitcoin getting hit with some giant lawsuit after they filed for Chapter 11. Pizza is goy slop. We need Bitcoin ribeye day. Frickin' men to that. Although I do love a good pizza. I do. I probably have at least one pizza a week. And they make a really good local pizza here. It's a place southeast in Manitoba. The place is called Winkler. And they make this pizza called Spence Brothers. I think they're from Winkler. Spence Bros Pizza. And so it's all locally made. I don't know if the ingredients are local. I would assume it still has seed oils in it, which I don't love. I kind of want to get in touch with them one day. I just don't know really how to approach it, but they're frozen pizzas, but they're really good. They have a really good sauce. They're like really thin crust, and so I usually have one of those every week. I'm a pizza fan. My favorite pizza though is they make a Hawaiian pizza, so like regular sauce, ham, pineapple. And I usually make a chicken breast. So I'll cook a chicken breast in the oven or in the slow cooker or something. And then I'll cut up the chicken, put it on top of the Hawaiian. And then I'll put jalapeno cheese on top of it. Sometimes if I have jalapenos, I put it on there as well. And then some hot sauce. That is a frickin' pizza. So it's ham, pineapple, chicken, more cheese, jalapeno cheese, sometimes jalapenos, and hot sauce on it. Whew. That's it fills you up too. It fills you up because it's not just like the processed pepperoni and stuff like that. It's chicken. Chicken on a different plate. Hey, Lauren's here. Good morning, Lauren. Good to see you, man. Bitcoin Nurse says Steak and Shake needs to start Bitcoin Milkshake Day. Their Bitcoin shake is so good. I've never had it. Actually, I was a fan of Steak and Shake when Jerry took me there last year. But they got good burgers, good fries. I think I had a milkshake there too. Pretty sure. But it wasn't the Bitcoin one. He's a BTC server technician and part-time song composer. Yes, that's Scotty Boy. Dog walker. Are people paying you, Scotty, to walk dogs, or you're just walking your own? Okay, what's going on here? Alex says, good morning, Jor. Open source is the way, but you need to do the job yourself, and most people do not care about their privacy. Anyways, you are doing a great job on your channel. Thank you, Forlix. I think that's maybe supposed to say Alex. Kind of a clever way to put it. Alex. That's a nice picture, though. A nice lion there. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Open source is the way because it cannot be stopped. It can be verified and it cannot be stopped. Okay, now I got to figure out how to. By the way, I saw I logged into the wrong RISFul. I actually ended up logging into the Jor one, and I saw a mighty big zap in there. So I will get to that here. I will get to that. It's just I'm trying to stay on top of things here. No, that's not right. That's the right password. Okay, last try here. Last try, sats and sunsets, and then I'll just have to maybe do it this weekend and say thank you on Monday when I'm not trying to do this live. Hey, we got one here. Is this the right one? Arnie, there it is. We got her. Sats and sunsets with a big one, with a Joshua zap, the King zap to Arnie boy. So thank you, Sats and Sunsets. That was a couple days ago now. I think that was on Wednesday show. So thank you, Sats and Sunsets. That's very much appreciated. And he said Arnie showed up for work today from Sats and Sunsets. So I guess that's all Arnie's got to do is show himself and get some love. Oh, look at this. Thank you, Sharon B. You know what, Sharon B? I was thinking about you this morning because I made this drink. I pre-made it. I had 4 ice cubes in it, a raspberry element, and 2 scoops of creatine to get my brain firing. But then I forgot to have some of it. So we got water. We got salt. We got creatine. And I just cracked the window here, so we got some fresh air. Now we should be firing on all frickin' cylinders. Wyatt says, how do we deal with all the new authoritarian bills being passed in this country? Our rights and freedoms are going to be at risk. I mean, I spent a little bit of time talking about this yesterday, but the thing for me is like there's going to be people who handle it better than others. Again, I subscribe to the theory that the sovereign individual thesis, that there's this new land, new economy, a new territory being built in cyberspace, and nobody has control of cyberspace. And so whatever bills they're passing, whatever bills they're trying to push through, it's all just abstract. It's all just completely illusionary. The more aggressive the bills become, you can see the more scared they are that they're losing power and relevance and influence. So to me, honestly, them passing bills like C-22 here in Canada is actually a very positive sign for me, which sounds freaking bananas, but it shows me how close we are to the other side. Because again, they wouldn't be passing Bill C-22 or whatever it's called if they weren't desperate. And they probably don't understand, but again, you can't stop frequencies. You can't control frequencies. And so whatever they push through is just kind of a joke, I guess you'd say. There'll be people who pay more than others. I'll probably be one of them for all the shit that I talk. But, let me try something here. Hold on. Forgot to do this too. Could not access the specified channel or the stream key. Please double check your stream key. So I tried streaming so it's Zap Stream then, because I tried mine, I tried Maple, I tried Arnie's, I tried OBS. And it's still not freaking working. So maybe, let's try something here. I plan on doing kind of a shorter show today because I have to run into town here and send some stuff. Is the grind? Yeah, the grinder's on. Let's check this out here. Let's see if the grinder live troubleshoot. Think you will? Okay, but before we do that, look at this. Look at this guy. Captain says I passed out around 150 of those pocket flyers to bring people to the Visionaries community. According to the stats on school, no one has signed up. Not yet. Not yet. That's what you got to remember. Whenever you're trying to like get people into Bitcoin, it's always going to be a process. Remember how you got into Bitcoin. Remember how you got into Bitcoin. It was a decision that you made at when the time was right for you. So at some point in the future, Captain, people are going to be looking for that information and they're going to have your contact.
Of course.
No.
Okay, so this is the grinder stream here. I don't want too much noise. But I guess I'll need to listen to him. I'm going to mute it though for you guys. Grinder. I need help streaming to Zap stream. Joshua said you could help. Sorry to sorry to interrupt your game, but I need you. Oh, I think this is from Arnie here. I think this is Arnie's Zen Pub. It's Jor, by the way. He's reading it right now.
I sent you a DM on Discord, man. Check it out.
He sent me a DM on
But
Discord.
while you're here, tell me what's not working, man.
So the
maybe
issue.
I can take a quick look, see if there's something weird going on.
Okay. So we got a response from the grinder here. The issue is that when I try to connect any key and URL, I'll put him back on here. Grinder's freaking hilarious, man. I love this guy. Any key and URL hasn't been working.
I'm getting all kinds of weird issues as well in between.
On mine,
But yeah, quickly
Arnie's
check out that DM if you can
tried
on
with
the Discord,
OBS and
I'll fire up Discord as well. Slayer has been having issues as well by reusing his events and stuff. I don't know what's going on there.
oh, so he's reusing his events. I'm live, by the way, I'll say.
Oh, really? Okay. Let me just fetch your MPOP there somewhere.
We got live support here.
I'm live, by the way. I'm on the stream. Hello, everybody. Let me just fetch your MPOP.
What a frickin' beauty. Okay, I'm gonna buzz through some chats here while we wait.
Drawer does not exist, right? PNG Golf. There we go. Got that. I don't need anything else.
Banana Chan, I'm going to
You said on any endpoint. The end one hasn't been working. Okay, I'm gonna try with Substream main, right? Hang on. Let me just see.
I'm gonna star this for you, Banana Chan, because I want to talk about that one. Jenny's a new member. Look at that. Jenny bought a member.
Balance, right? You are live.
What?
Started 11 days ago.
Oh.
What?
Maybe I have to end that then.
You have a stream that hasn't ended like 11 days ago. But if you start a new one, that shouldn't matter, right? That should end that stream. That you got a stuck live event. And let me just see something. You know how to do that? You have to find that event. You'd have to find that event, get the stream ID, get the event ID, and then you could do it from... This is the publisher, hang on. You could do it from, if you have an event console, you could do it there, but you don't have to really end the event. You don't have to do that. You just have to broadcast a new one. The old one doesn't matter. It's definitely not billing because it's been 265 hours and 12 minutes and it's stuck at 616 sats. So this is eventually is going to die. What we can do is I can reset your stream key if you want.
You gotta love
But
this.
for that, I go off screen and yeah, let me just do this. Have you got access? Have you got access to Discord?
Oh, Arnie just showed up there.
This still
Arnie's
didn't
name.
work. Okay. Yes, okay, then I'm gonna DM you that on Discord and then just delete the message after. You know what I mean? And you're just gonna have to trust me with that stream key that I don't stream on it. You can reset it on the website yourself later if you want and see if that works. But for now, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it from the back end.
Should I trust the grinder?
Hang on.
I mean, anybody who's willing to stop their freaking stream and help me out here, help Arnie out in the chat, I'm definitely going to trust that guy. 10 out of 10 times.
Where was the messages from earlier?
So I apologize for anybody who's watching the stream right now and you're like, what the hell's going on? We're getting some live support here. And don't worry, I'll make the stream a little bit longer today for this grinder. Okay, there we go. Grinder. Okay. I see your message on
interest and
Discord.
Points. This. And
Jenny.
Yeah, check your Discord if you can.
Jenny frickin' legend.
The top thing is the stream key, right? And that's for the huge upstream server, so for Kieran's server. Let me know if that works for you. If not, we can try the same on the Canadian server, but I don't have it set up at the moment. I'd have to get into the backend. But try this now if you're live already at the moment, right? So after you stream, I don't want to interrupt your stream. I assume you're live on Fountain and everywhere else, right? After you stream, do a test stream just to that URL. Or you try it now. If you want to end your stream, you do that now. And if you have any problems, let me know, right? If it doesn't connect, if the connection gets rejected, I can do one more thing here. Hang on, I'm gonna enable stream dump on your account. But this is only for the Zapstream main server, right? So I'm gonna enable stream dump as well, which saves the raw stream data to disk for debugging, right? So if you still have problems later, or if that is...
Oh, we lost him. He does sound like Robin Hay. Okay. Actually, we're going to send...
doesn't disconnect, I can ping Kieran and ask him to look at your stream dump to see if there's anything in particular that sticks out, right? And then you just let me know if it works for you, please.
We'll give...
And remember the thing with the categories, because the categories at the moment, that's a major bug, right? I was going to co-pilot it, but then I forgot. I think co-pilot actually broke it. And I think Kieran already reverted two commits, but the whole category thing is utterly bugged at the moment.
Hey, we're going to send Grinder a zap for that.
I blame AI. It was working so nicely before. And now we have this, so to speak.
Okay. Let's give this a quick shot. But Jenny, what the heck?
I still can't get over the fact that this game does not have an option to remove the crosshair, right? I mean, seriously?
God, I love that guy. Oh my God. Could you find a better community than Bitcoiners? I really don't think you could. I really don't think that you could. I don't care what anybody says. I really don't think that you could. Okay, so now if I'm going to try, I got to copy and paste this from Discord now. Copy. And I got to email it to myself, and then I'll try doing it in the stream. And we'll give it a shot anyways. We'll give it a shot. It'd be nice if we could get this going. But if we can't right now, we'll figure it out after. But God, that's funny. just rated his stream and begging for help. Okay. So Jenny got 20 freaking memberships. So we got 10 today. 10 people got a membership from Sats and Sunsets. 20 people got from Jenny. And I see another one that started here, so I should check on this before they freaking leave or something. What was this other one? Lock Sky. Holy moly. Lock Sky also sent 5 memberships to while we were on the Be the Change the other day, the BTC Mastermind. So thank you, frickin' Lock Sky. Thank you, Sats and Sunsets. Jenny got herself a membership, and she also bought 24 other people. God bless. God frickin' bless. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to let's give this a shot here. Are we still watching the grinder? I should probably take this off if I'm putting in frickin' keys. Oh yeah, I gotta log out of Arnie Boys. Let's go with oh shit, I gotta send my frickin' NSEC. This is bad practice. Do not be like Jor. Do not be like me. This is bad practice. You shouldn't be copy and pasting your NSEC around, but desperate times call for desperate measures, my friends. You know what I could do? Let's see if this works. A remote signer. Did that work? No. No, that didn't work. Shit. I'm raw dogging my NSEC today, folks. We're raw dogging it. You know, it's usually when desperate times. The quote is desperate times call for desperate measures, but really desperate times get you burned. And so hopefully this doesn't come back and bite me in the butt. But whatever. I mean, if I had to restart on Nostr tomorrow, I would be fine. I would be fine. I've been on there for 3 years. I feel like there's enough people who kind of recognize my my name on there in my posts that we could get back to square pretty quick. I think. I could be wrong about that. Okay, so we got we're gonna go good. We're gonna use the good. Okay, we're gonna try this out real quick. If it doesn't work, we'll move on with our life. So this is gonna be our URL. That's gonna be our stream key. This is, you know, this is kind of difficult to do on a regular day. Never mind when you're trying to do it live. So I'm gonna call this one. I'm gonna dedicate this one to the grinder. Grinder zaps. Now, let's see. Everybody cross your fingers here. Everybody cross your fingers at the same time here. And I think if we can all cross our fingers and cross our toes at the same time, I think we can get this to work. I have faith. I have faith. Okay, so we're logged in. Now I got to update my StreamYard. Edit. I have the faith. Oh, this might not work. Arnie, damn it. No, I think I have to end my stream. What if I go like this? Edit, add. I'm guessing this is what you showed up for to watch on the show today, hey? This is why you're here, to watch me troubleshoot. But you know, as Ricky says, some days she goes, some days she doesn't go. Away she goes. Okay, added. Cross your fingers, everybody. Here we go. Here we go. Trying to connect. I might have also freaking missed something there. It's hard to do this live. For some reason, I'm really nervous right now. Oh, I failed. Damn. But anyways, I'll get in touch with the grinder after. We'll get her sorted out. Damn, I really wanted that to work. I just want to say I appreciate the help. Appreciate the help. I will message you later. Damn. I wonder why that didn't work. I wonder why that wouldn't work. Why? It just doesn't make any freaking sense to me. Anyways, I appreciate everybody bearing with us there. And we tried. That's all you can ask for. Get him Lucky. I don't know where Lucky went. Do you think other pups ask Arnie, how many Bitcoins do you have? I don't think other pups know what Bitcoins are. I have so many in the vault. Love that feature. Oh, on Cold Card. Rick, look at this. Another Bitcoin. Rick was a member before all the memberships today. He's an OG member. Shani's here. Holy cow. What a freaking stream today. You should have a different password for each account, so if one is breached, they don't automatically have access to the others. Jenny freaking gets it. J-Dog says, checking in from work. Good day all from a very warm UK. Good morning, J-Dog. Good to see you, man. Good to freaking see you. Morrow says, github.com/AK1ARA00/HW flash. I actually forked BIP85 and made a password manager firmware for $10 device. Huh. Really? So how does that? Oh, I might have to look into it more. That's really interesting, man. So you'd have to buy a device called the LilyGo T-Display. You'd install this program here that Morrow came up with, made a password manager, which I'm guessing store your passwords offline, which would be compatible with 12 words. Is that what I'm hearing here? That's pretty cool, man. Zap streams out of commish. Yes, we just tried troubleshooting, but it didn't work. Frick. Sat Stacker says, thanks, Locks Guy. There you go. There you go. We had a lot of Membies pouring in here today. Fat Memby Friday. That's what we're calling it. As long as his app stream's down, we're calling this Fat Memby Friday. Shani says, send a zap for 28.35. Let me know if you got it. Pretty sure it's send okay. Cheers, Sani. I'm going to get through the zaps here. Or Shani. Not Sani. I got a good buddy named Sani. He plays for the Philadelphia Flyers. Not a big deal. He's a good guy, man. He's a really good guy. He grew up in a small town pretty close to here. Sani and Shani. The Flyers got swept though. Flyers got swept by the Hurricanes 4-0. Tough one. But he's golfing. Flying can be easy, but landing is where the work is done. Great point. Sweating and smiling together. Good morning, Adam. Good morning, Lori. Jenny said, I had to do a few different lists for work so I could remember all the steps for certain things. Yeah, that would be a great call, Jenny. That'd be very important in the healthcare system, right? That's the thing. And that's probably why I haven't taken the time to do it yet, because like nobody's going to die. You know what I mean? You're going to fly a plane. You're probably going to take that checklist pretty seriously. You're working with somebody in healthcare. Somebody's life is on the line. You're probably going to take that pretty seriously. But starting a stream, Nobody's gonna die if I forget to press stream to this. You know what I mean? I feel like we're making a big difference here, but nobody's gonna die. So TBN says, "Hey bro, that's my dream to open up animal sanctuaries across the U.S. powered by Bitcoin. I guess. Heck yeah, heck frickin' yeah." Jenny's on fire today. She says 5 subject notebooks for planning. Dreams not written down won't happen. Wow. This might be the greatest stream of all time. We've had a little bit of everything today. I kind of just want to end it now before things get off the rails. You know what I mean? Jenny says, "I want a doggy daycare." Well, you know, again, good people coming together can build great things. That's a good quote. Good people coming together can build great things. Write that one down. You know, we're feeling good when I'm saying that a quote that I say is a good quote and to write it down. That's peak arrogance right there, my friends. But it actually is a good quote. Good people coming together can build great things. Hurley left Swan Bitcoin months ago and now is with Simply Bitcoin. Swan took a shit. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Swan personally. Avoid Seedale. I know. Praetorian is out right now, orange pilling our township with me, is doing the talking. Considering filming soon and starting a channel as well to share the vision. Okay. We need a committee for this. Because this is another thing too. But you know, it's hard. It's like, okay, if we had this idea that we're all going to go around and orange pill people, we could do it. But like specifically for these guys here, Peacemaker, Praetorian, considering filming soon and starting a channel as well to share the vision. I don't think you know how many people would be behind you with that. Honestly, I'm pretty sure if you started a channel, you would have enough support from the communities here to fund the, you know, whatever needs to be done there. Because I absolutely love that idea. I've always wanted to do that. I just don't have anybody here that can film with me, you know. And I actually have an idea that I might do next summer, which I might put out there for the universe and see if anybody wants to do it with me. But I want to visit. I want to visit a bunch of small towns in this area and like find their store or their restaurant or whatever like makes them unique and highlight it. So it would be kind of like there's already accounts that do that, like a tourism kind of thing where they visit these small towns and find the beauty and the uniqueness of them. But like if you did it through a Bitcoin lens and you had like things that you could leave around town and maybe you had like a meetup where you had, even if it's like 5 or 10 people and you just got together, you had a little presentation. My other part that I wanted to do was visit the ones that have golf courses so I could golf as part of it too. But I don't know. It'd be like kind of like a little road trip, a small town road trip. Actually, I think that I could call it small town big dreams. Small town big dreams. That's one of my favorite artists, Paul Brandt, Canadian guy. He has a song called Small Town Big Dreams. Everybody here would love that song. Listen to that one today. It's especially if you like country music, Small Town Big Dreams. It's an inspirational song, kind of, but also a good song. Bitcoin Barber says, "Good morning, Bitcoiners." Good morning. Okay, Sats and Sunsets, was that you? I saw a large zap. And okay, we're going to revisit that. We're going to revisit that here. I'm trying my best to get through the freaking comments here. People are chatty on Fridays, I guess. Nick says just had element and creatine. Now onto black coffee. Amen. Hey Nick, what element do you put in your? Oh, element and creatine. I think I might have said coffee. Element and creatine. It's a good combo. Creatine, yes, creatine. I knew Sharon B would like that one. Bitcoin is a scam. Oh, it's Alex. Says all my friends tell me. Cities are the worst for authoritarianism. 100%. Rural areas, if available to grant you freedom. 1,000 million bazillion percent. I love Robin. No, that wasn't Robin. That was the grinder. Oh, we got 55 people over in Rumble today. If you haven't, we need Praetorian to tell people to press the like button. He does a better job than me. Sorry all for being late. Work is hectic as usual. Hey, we're just having a good stream here, man. We're just having a good stream here. Legendary. Amen. He does sound like Robin. Give George some likes. It's only 12. Yeah, what the hell are we doing here, folks? Sharon B says, I love Fanny. Have Robin and the grinder ever been seen in the same room? Mark says, hey, crew, happy Friday. Finally done my work meetings for the week. Heck yeah. Mark, I saw your zap this morning. We actually haven't even had time to get through the zaps yet today. We haven't even got through we got the mempool. No, we didn't. We're an hour and a half into the stream and we haven't even got to the mempool yet. That's where we are today, Mark. That's how today has gone. So sweet to see Grinder help. What a community. No doubt. No doubt. Everyone's going to school here. Never send private keys, but I mean, if you compromise, just use a new one. No, sorry. I'm talking about private keys for my Nostr account. Yeah, I wouldn't seem like my, yeah, I would never send my Bitcoin private keys. You know that, hopefully. Man, I really wish that would work. That would have been so cool. Get live support on Zapstream. But yeah, something messed. I might have to actually message Kieran and see if he can do something with that. Because Grinder said my stream has been streaming for 11 days. Alex is here. Yesterday's MOB, most outstanding Bitcoiner, or one of them, I should say. One of them. Jenny and Alex were the MOBs yesterday. Hey, Sincere is here. He says, morning, happy pizza day. Good morning, Sin. I'm going to guess Sin sent an 18 and a 45, or it's Friday, so he actually might have sent an 1845 combined. Sharon B, we tried our best. We tried our best. Alex says, you need more coffee, Jor. No, I don't need more freaking coffee. I'm freaking buzzing right now. If you could feel my central nervous, or is it not central? What's the nervous system called? Central nervous system? No, I think that's what it sounds like, but I don't think that's the actual word. It's one of those things like you hear lyrics in a song and you kind of just make your own word out of it when it's really not the lyrics at all. What's this? Oh, maybe it actually is. No, it is. Wow. Okay. I thought there was some sort of freaking medical fancy word that I just made central out of, but it actually is central. Central nervous system is your body's master processing center, composed entirely of the brain and spinal cord. Man, I had so many freaking things that I wanted to talk about today. And so far, we've got to 0 of them. He said he needed to end the stream, didn't he? I shouldn't have to with... Let's try this here. Let's try this real quick. I just like messing around. I'm sure you guys could tell. I like just having some fun here. People can hang out. People are in the chat, chirping, conversing. You know, we can't take things too seriously here. Okay, so how is that different here? RTMP, LN Core, Zap Stream. Let's try the basic one. Let's try basic. She said, "Oh, when little Dwight Yoakam here playing today. Little Dwight Yoakam, great country artist turned actor. Believe that or not, Dwight Yoakam became an actor. All right, let's try this. Start streaming. Nope. Could not access the specified channel or stream key. Please double check your stream key. Oh, well. We'll get her. We'll get her. We'll get her. 666 SLU says, hello, sir. I'm come from Taiwan. Good morning. Nice to see you. Morrow says you input 12 to 24 words in the flashing terminal in PC or bypass to input them in the device. Then it will derive passwords 1 to 999 index, input them for you, your trusted devices via Bluetooth. You input 12 or 24 words in the flashing terminal in PC or bypass to input them in the device. Then it will derive passwords 1 to, okay, cool. And input them for you into your trusted devices via Bluetooth. So the part that I'm not understanding here, Morrow, is like, where are the 12 words derived from? I'm assuming they're from like the BIP 85 word list, but like, does the device devise it itself, or you have to do that? Or well, how is it? Or you get to choose? Oh, wow. We got a freaking crew here today. We got Beans over in Rumble. VHF says many hands make light work. Ain't that the freaking truth? Got to run. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for coming by today. Chamdes, I got to run too, actually, but we're not gonna, because we still got some stuff to talk about. Frick. Greetings from Latvia. Good Friday, family. Keep stacking. A new member there. What did Jenny do over on the Rumbles? Jenny, where are you? Jenny gifted 1 subscription to 88 sats, and it looks like it went to Beans21. Nice. Heck yeah, Beans. Great name. Beans21. Love that name. And also, I missed Praetorian here. He said, can't stay. Wish you all happy Bitcoin Pizza Day. Love you all. Kind regards always. Praetorian with $20 over on Rumble. You know, last Friday, Sats and Sunsets was a historic episode. This one might actually have somehow outdone that. Didn't think it was possible, but I think we outdid ourselves, especially if Sats and Sunsets is Zap. I'm kind of nervous to look at it. Ian says, good morning, Jor, Arnie, all you lovely people. Busy day in the cafe in sunny Cambridge, UK. Keep stacking, friends. Good morning, Ian. Great to see you, man. As always. Hope you have a great Friday, man, and a great frickin' weekend. Just think decades from now, someone will find Jen's stack of notebooks. What a find. You want to see a frickin' stack of notebooks, Lauren? We're doing a show and tell today. This is half of them. No, this is a third of them. You guys probably think I'm batshit crazy, but I don't think you even know the beginning of that. But I just love writing stuff down. I all my life I've always just been writing things, keeping track of things. Some of them I revisit. There's a spot here in the office where once I've reviewed the notebooks, like to find any important things or like good ideas, I kind of extract them and then I put reviewed. And then they go into a separate spot. So those notebooks I just showed there, those are all haven't been reviewed yet. Some of them are still kind of in progress. But yeah, I do a lot of writing. I do a lot of writing. A scary thought. It kind of is, honestly. I'll probably burn them one day. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. What do you think? Like if you had access to, let's say, your great grandfather's notebooks, would you take time to read them? I feel like I would. I feel like I would, because it would almost be like traveling back in time. I don't know. I didn't sign in to see if you could figure it out, but I know we are running short on time. I didn't sign it to see it. Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm doing it here. Jordan's bookshelves. As I got a freaking bookshelf right behind me here. But yeah, I do. I need some sort of system. Okay, I'm actually almost caught up here. Peacemaker says, Sharon B, thanks for telling Jor about water. Praetorian sends his love. Sharon B, BTC backpacker, Bitcoin fanny packer, and certainly you too, Mr. Jor. God bless. Jenny says, press the freaking thumbs down button. Fanny says, I love Sharon. First half is ducks. No, not the first half, you frick. The first 10 minutes. Bean says, there's central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Adrenals. Caffeine loves your adrenals. Yeah, that's what I'm buzzing on. Relentless Acres is here. Good morning, Relentless Acres. Great to see you, my friend. Silver needs Bitcoin and Bitcoin needs silver. I actually do agree with that. I do agree with that. But so that doesn't mean that silver is a good store of value. It's a good utility asset. Right? Think about that one. Silver needs Bitcoin and Bitcoin needs silver. Silver needs Bitcoin for sure. Bitcoin also needs silver. Very true statement. Except that doesn't mean that silver is a good store of value. That means that silver is a utility asset. We'll just make it an all-day stream in honor of Pizza Day. Okay, I like that idea. Why not? Dwight Yoakam and Crank with Jason Stratham. Good stuff. Yeah, you know, he's actually a good actor. He's kind of just got that energy about him that actually, you know, I've seen musicians try to be actors before. And I actually think that Dwight Yoakam did a pretty good job for what he did. Okay, so we caught up in the chat here. Unfortunately, we didn't get our Zap stream back going yet. But I'm gonna check on the Zaps here because I think we're gonna be in for one here. And I'm sorry for anybody who sent to Arnie's wallet because it died. So I do apologize for that. Okay, so I got what happened here? I'm trying to make sense of this. So let's start with the first one here. First one of the day. We had one from Praetorian. Praetorian said, "Happy Bitcoin Pizza Day. Kind regards, Praetorian." And so Praetorian sent a shot of espresso here for the Fat Zap Friday stream. We got one here from Mark. Mark said, "Happy Friday. More meetings this morning." So he sent an early zap, and it was a Mark Friday zap, which is a triple shot of espresso. So thank you, Mark. Mark's been the MOB on Fat Zap Friday a couple times with this with the Mark Friday zap. So thank you very much, Mark. And actually, before we even got to his zap, he showed up after his meeting. So that's how today's been. We got 7. We'll call it a Maria espresso shot from Maria 7K. She says, "Thank you, Jor." Thank you, Maria. Very, 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 very freaking much here. We got Jenny who said, "Feed the ducking ducks. They are hungry, crying." And that is the Jenny zap, the big Jenny zap. Not the big Jenny zap, but the big Jenny zap. So thank you very much, Jenny. Jenny also had some rants and membies over in Rumble and some memberships in YouTube today. So Jenny had a very well-rounded freaking day today for the cause. Chuck's gone, it looks like, but he said, enjoy your Fat Zap Friday and pizza day. I'm heading out of town for the long weekend, so I'll see you all Tuesday. Chuck with a shot of espresso with a little bit of cinnamon on top. Thank you, Chuck. Have a great weekend, man, if you're watching this later. And what do we got here? We got another one. Sharon B. With a big Sharon B zap this morning. For some for Lucky and some for Jor at Rizful. And we got a big one here. This is the big one. So this is what I don't really know here, Sats and Sunsets. Because we got one for the second one you put there, the 98-67767. And he said remainder row of ducks. But I don't see the other one. I don't know where you sent the other one to, Sats and Sunsets. I'm a little bit worried. But even that one alone is frick. Even that one alone is enough to crap your pants over. Somebody sent in a double shot with no message attached to it. Double shot of espresso, received 1 hour ago. I don't know who that was from. I'm thinking this was Josh, but this didn't have a comment with it. The Josh Zap, the King Zap. So Josh usually sends a message with it, so I don't know who that was from. And Shani, I don't know if you're still watching this, man, but it looks like the invoice was created for 2835, but nothing else came through after that. So I don't know if that Zap actually worked for some reason. We had 88 sats for Pizza Day. We had 99 sats from Scotty Boy, it looks like. Break out the Bitcoin. And Sin Diesel indeed sent a Sin Friday Zap of 1845. So thank you, Sin. And we got a shot of espresso here from Alex. She said, hey, Jor, have a great day with an orange heart. Alex and a sunshine. So thank you, Alex, very much. Oh, last Friday plus this Friday. I got you. Okay, that makes sense. So that was, yeah. I'm glad you said that, Sats and Sunsets, because I would have never I never would have put those two together. I would have been here for 3 days. So that is, that's a follow-up to his last Friday's Zap for a clean, massive whole family of ducks. 4 kids, a family of 4 ducks. If you know what I'm saying. So massive shout out to Sats and Sunsets today. Cheers. Cheers, everybody. No, wrong way. We don't want any yours here today. We want the boys. Are they all boys? Are they all boys on Winnie the Pooh? I feel like Pooh's a boy or a man. Pooh's male. Tigger's male, I think. Owl might be a female. Rabbit, I think, is a female. Eeyore, I think, is a male. Can someone confirm how many females are on Winnie the Pooh? How many females are on Winnie the Pooh? I think Owl and Rabbit. Rue's probably because Rue's, what's Rue's mom's name? Kanga? That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right, does it? 1 is none, 2 is 1, 21 is 2, it seems, for notebooks. Jenny says, Lauren, actually throw away most of my notebooks. I probably should too, but Red, yes, depends what you said. True. Very true. Buck 52 says, what are those hockey plays in the notebooks? No. Alex said, oh no, I sent some sass to Arnie's wall. Well, they'll still show up. Alex. I can't open up the phone right now because the phone's dead. So I'll take a look for those. Thank you, Alex. And I also want to say a big shout out too for Bill. Bill sent Arnie boy some sats yesterday for the rescue dog cause. So thank you, Bill. Digitize them. I know, but that seems like a liability for me. Oh, it was Captain. It was Captain. I got you. Kanga is the only female. And that was the right word, right? Kanga. Because Rue is the little one. Kanga. Wow. I'm actually impressed that I remember that. Although I watched frickin' thousands of episodes as a kid, so I should be ingrained into my head. Should be. If it wasn't, I would probably be a little bit concerned about my mental capacity. Eeyore is a weed head. Is Eeyore actually? I didn't know that. Last Friday plus this Friday. Gotcha. Thank you, Sats and Sunsets. You're the frickin' the man, the smith, the legend. It's gonna be a tight race for the MOB today. I'm gonna have to do some math. I'm gonna have to math some math today. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. I got to go into town. I got a freaking Maple Bitcoin stream in an hour. I talked about 0 topics today, but we had fun. So Captain sent that one. Thank you, Captain. I still don't know who sent the other, the double shot of espresso there. Question mark beside that one. But, you know, I think some people like staying anonymous, which I appreciate. But just in case. Oh, it was Laugh Pad. There's Laugh Pad. Thank you, brother. Laugh Pad the man. Hey, you know, Laugh Pad. Jerry actually sent me a picture in Vegas. He was at the conference and he sent me a picture. He's like, is this Laugh Pad? Either this is Laugh Pad or this guy has a freaking twin. And I responded to him. I'm like, I would say I'm 99.9% sure that that's Laugh Pad. And turned out it was Laugh Pad. They were sitting pretty close to each other, actually. And I think Laugh Pad was taking a picture or videoing something. But Laugh Pad, are you going to Prague, by the way? Just kind of a shot in the dark there, but are you going to Prague? I'm very freaking excited for Prague. Will I do a live stream there? I don't know. Maybe. Be fun to do. Eeyore or Shior, but that's it. Met Jerry, Kevin, and the crew. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So the title of today's show was How People Get Burned in Bitcoin. And so Slayer's on Zapstream right now. Maybe I'll message Slayer and see how he got his sorted out, because I'm pretty sure the grinder said that he was having issues too. Okay. There actually were a couple things I want to talk about. Even though I know I shouldn't be doing this, I want to do it. I want to do this. We're already over 2 hours here. And I'm not too concerned about the actual time. It's just my time today. Okay, so I wanted to share I was going to talk about Mark Cuban today, but we don't need to give him any more energy. But I do think that both these are very big, you know, we'll call them buy signals or bottom signals. To me, though, every day is a good day to buy Bitcoin. And actually, on that note, we should probably buy some Bitcoin right now. I'm going to buy a little extra today. I need to be better here with my VPN. I always turn off my VPN to buy Bitcoin, and then I forgot to freaking turn it back on. Maybe I got to put that in my checklist, Jenny. Okay, and somebody just sent a double shot of espresso here. I don't know who that was from. Was that Lapad just now, or was that before Lapad? But it just said, it says pay Rizful user. I don't know who that one was. It was 3 minutes ago, so I'm guessing somebody's still watching that would be able to claim that one. But whoever that was, thank you very much. Very, very fucking much, as Conor McGregor would say. Very fucking much. Scotty says down a bit. Okay. Down a bit. That means let's buy what? 20. Let's buy 21 today for shits and giggies. $21. So today, even though we didn't frickin' do anything, this is what we got. We traded 21 units of trash, 21 units of dog shit, 21 units of abstract power, 21 units of illusion, 21 units of the worst money in human history. We traded 21 of those for 19,532 Satoshis. 19,000 freedom units, FUs as Scotty Boy calls them. 19,000 units of sovereignty. 19,000 units of the best money in human history. That's a pretty damn good trade. We call that one the deal of a lifetime because it is. And it is amazing. It's one of those things. There's a famous quote that says, accumulate as many Satoshis as you can while uneducated people are still willing to trade dollars for them. Accumulate as many Satoshis as you can while uneducated people still accept dollars for them. So that's the thing. That's what you got to keep in mind here. And that's why I don't really like the whole bottom signal or buy signal, because it's like every freaking day, no matter if the price is $70,000 or $80,000 or $90,000 or even $900,000, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. As long as you can still trade your fiat dollars, these units of illusion, these units of abstract power, these units of the worst money in human history, as long as you can still trade those units for Satoshis, you win. Because they are not the same. They are not the same at all. And it's actually hilarious to me that people are still accepting fiat dollars for their Bitcoin. But part of it, the show today was titled How People Get Burned in Bitcoin. And the first one that I was going to talk about, which really ties into this, is the main reason why people get burned in Bitcoin is because they buy Bitcoin with money that they're going to need at some point in the short-term future. So you should only buy Bitcoin. And again, this is the biggest mistake that people make in Bitcoin is they try to move too quickly. So they move too quickly. They buy Bitcoin with money that they're going to need soon. And when they actually need that Bitcoin in the future, they're forced to sell it. And a lot of them sell it at a loss because Bitcoin's very volatile. So whatever fiat dollars that you're allocating to Bitcoin, you should plan to keep those for at least 5 or 10 years. I would say 10 years minimum. And I know it's hard for people to think that far out. It really is. Most people don't think 10 days out in their life. But you just if you take whatever you have that you're not going to need for the next 10 years, and you just buy that in Bitcoin, and you put that aside, and you don't think about it, you don't look at the price, you don't look at the charts, you don't look at anything. You just come back in 10 years. You're going to be very happy that you made that trade, regardless of whatever price you paid for it. So that's kind of the key there. And a lot of people are forced to sell because they don't really know what they're doing. They're buying Bitcoin with the hopes that Bitcoin's going to operate on their own timeline. I've been guilty of this before myself, where I had something that I needed to buy or pay for in like 6 months or 12 months. And I'm like, well, Bitcoin's going up, so I'm going to be a genius here. I'm going to outsmart the system. I'm going to take my money that I have for it, and I'm going to buy Bitcoin with it. And then when the time comes, I'm going to have more money. I'm going to have more purchasing power. So whatever I need to pay for is going to be cheaper in the future. That's the logic there. But that's not how it works. Bitcoin doesn't give a shit what I want and what I need in my life. And the market doesn't care either. And so what a lot of people end up doing is they do that exact same strategy. And then in 6 months, Bitcoin ends up being down. And then they have to sell at a loss. They're a forced seller. And then they have this very negative taste of Bitcoin in their mouth because of that. It has nothing to do with Bitcoin. It's just how they approached it, their strategy that they had. So what you want to do is you just take the money that you're not going to need for 10 years. You buy Bitcoin, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's 70 or 80 or 800. You don't have to waste any of your finite time here looking at what the price of Bitcoin is, because it doesn't matter. As long as people are still willing to accept fiat dollars for Bitcoin, you win. And if you can hold on to that for 10 years, you win. That's it. Like it's one of the easiest things to do, but it's also very difficult to do. So that's the deal of a lifetime. That's the deal of a lifetime. So here, but these are the big. What inspired that is this: the buy signals, which, probably two of the biggest dipshits on the internet. Probably two of the biggest dipshits on the internet is this Jason dude from the All In podcast, who was on Epstein's buddy. No, I better not say that. I don't know if they're actually friends, but I just don't get good vibes from this guy. Like even what he's saying here, he said, I'm just not sure where the new Bitcoin buyer comes from it. You have stable coins, Tau, and Sol being more interesting, valuable, and easier to use. Yeah, Solana is more interesting than Bitcoin for sure. Even if it is, that doesn't mean anything. Just because something's interesting, that doesn't mean it's a store of value or it has any utility. It's interesting to you, cool. It doesn't mean anything. Is more value. Okay, so this guy's saying that Solana is more valuable than Bitcoin and easier to use. Is it really? Is it really? I don't know. Have you ever sent Bitcoin before? Not only is it incredible, easy to do, but it's also the most liberating thing you'll ever do in your life. Because you could do it on a Sunday morning. I mean, you could do this with Solana too. It's the same shit though. But Solana also has millions of different shit coins on it. So when you want to swap back and forth, you have to go from Solana to Ethereum to Polygon network to this, to that. It's nonsense. It's just a waste of time and money, really. But Bitcoin, you use the Bitcoin network, you copy and paste, you set a fee, you broadcast the transaction, and it works. How could it be easier than that? So he says, does anyone have a 10x Bitcoin thesis? Like that line right there just shows you how very little this man understands, or we'll call him a man, I guess. We'll call him a man. Just how little he understands about Bitcoin. Anyone have a 10x Bitcoin thesis? Yo, Jason, Bitcoin's going to replace, Bitcoin's going to be the new unit of account. So I don't know if that's 10x. I don't know if that's a 100x. I don't know if that's a million x. I don't think there's any limit on how high Bitcoin goes. When you understand that, there's a fixed amount at the bottom, the denominator, and everything on top of it, everything we have, houses, cars, lands, laptops, phones, productivity, everything we have, burgers, gets remeasured and repriced by that bottom number. There's no limit. There's no limit on how high Bitcoin can go. And Bitcoin's been repricing things since 2009. You look at a house 10 years ago, it cost 100,000 Bitcoin. And the market's like, well, no, actually a house isn't worth that much in Bitcoin. It's actually only worth 5 Bitcoin. And as more people understand what's happening here, it's going to further reprice and become a more accurate measure of things. And on the other side of this, the price of a house is actually going to only be about probably 200,000 sats. Because again, we're looking at two different things here. Everything else on this planet can be produced. As long as there's enough demand for something, if there's enough people that want something, we can make more of it. And we're getting better and better at it. It's getting cheaper and cheaper. We're getting more and more efficient at it. Everything else, as long as there's enough people who want that, we can make more of it. Everything else, except for one thing, and that's Bitcoin. And that's what's going to reprice the entire world. So there is no 10x, there's no 100x. That's in fiat terms. That's comparing an apple to an airplane. They're two different things. And this guy clearly, I mean, he's got a nice podcast and makes a lot of money from peddling bullshit all day, but he doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. He doesn't have a clue. Just like Mark Cuban. Cuban says Bitcoin has lost the plot. Really? If you listen to his interview, it's actually hilarious. He said it's lost the plot because it hasn't performed well enough against the dollar. When they print more units, Bitcoin hasn't gone up fast enough. That's what Mark Cuban thinks that Bitcoin's entire existence is for, is just to be a hedge against inflation. It doesn't give every person on the planet a bank account, access to a bank account. It doesn't allow you to send billions, tens of billions of dollars around the world without a middleman. It doesn't allow you to move across borders with billions or tens of billions of value in your head. It's just a hedge against inflation, according to Mark Cuban. It doesn't eliminate the 2 or 3 or 4% visa fees that every small business has to pay just to be able to accept payment in a digital world. So Mark Cuban never understood the plot. That's the whole problem here. And at the end of it, it was hilarious because he said, yeah, I'm disappointed in Bitcoin, but not Ethereum or meme coins. He's disappointed in Bitcoin, but he's not disappointed in Ethereum. Meanwhile, that same frickin' day that Cuban came out and said this, the main advocate for Ethereum for the last 5 years announced that he feels much better because he got rid of all his Ethereum. Like, I don't understand it. I just don't. And it's kind of, it's frustrating some days, but at the same time, you really appreciate if this guy can make $1 billion, there's no limit on what you can do. This dipshit, if he can figure out a way to become a billionaire, there's no reason that you can't do something like that. That's the imposter syndrome that we all have, is that we think that we can't do something because it's only reserved for the very intelligent class. Bullshit. This guy spews, again, another guy, both these guys, they spew nonsense. They have no idea what they're talking about, but because people know them, they just give them instant credibility when they shouldn't. So Cuban never had the plot. He looked like that anchor from CNN for a while. What was her name? Rachel Maddow? Mad Cow? They were like twins when he had those big glasses for a while. He also looks very unhealthy. I don't know if Cuban's okay, but the last person I would be taking any sort of investment advice from would be either this dude. Well, actually, either of these two dudes by the looks of it. I don't know who the bottom guy is, or this dude. Rachel Mad Cow's twin. Because they don't understand. That's the thing, is like they don't understand. They got enough stuff going on in their life. They're busy running all in podcasts and emailing back and forth with Jeffrey Epstein. They don't have time to look into Bitcoin. So they don't understand it. They don't understand what's happening here. So the cool thing to me is like the average person is actually going to have a chance in this new economy. Anybody who is willing to put in the time, unlike Jason or Mark, is actually going to do very, very well in this new economy. And you might never have as much wealth as Mark Cuban, but who's to say? Who's to say? Especially if he sold all his Bitcoin. Because it evens the playing field. That's how we started the show today. It evens the playing field. It's rules without rulers. It's a fair, transparent, and honest network that is completely voluntary. Anybody can use. Anybody on the planet. So, unlike the fiat system where guys like Jason and Mark are rewarded for virtue signaling and for going along with the narrative, that's how they make their money. But in this system, it's a little bit different. Baldy, moly, sugar boobs. If you guys understand that reference, I want to play it, but I don't want to get the stream kicked off here. What did you say? Blocky, moly, baldy, sugar boobs. The pay Rizful user was not me. The previous one. Okay, so who was that then? Who frickin' was it? Sin said he spent 22 cuck bucks and got 28,450. 28,450. So he spent $22 and spent $28 or 28,450 cents. Alex says she got 7,500 FUs for €5. Nice. Lauren says, what did you learn in school today? Well, Store is a weed head. Eeyore is a weed head. We visited Grinder's stream. We learned we should burn our notebooks. And when we are done using them, and Sharon B says, drink your water. It's a pretty good summary. Actually, Sats and Sunsets, that could be your summary for school today. Those all-in dudes are investors in Solana and BitTense or Tau. Dude is just trying to pump his bags. A sat equals a penny, a cent equals $1 million. This is my base case. I think that's just where things begin. You know that, though. You know my theory on it. Midwest Picker. Hey, man. Or woman. But that's it. Good to see you, my friend. We're actually just wrapping up for the day. Boomer parents still listen to Rachel Madcow. Sorry to hear, man. Sorry to hear, Banana Chan. All right. Well, I want to give a couple big shout outs here. Actually, we'll go through this here. We got Sharon B. We got Sharon B. We got Lock Sky. We got Praetorian. We got Mark. We got Maria. We got Sin. We got Chuck. We got Lapad. We got the Captain. We got Alex. And we got an anonymous zapper at the end of the show today. I don't know who it was from, but they'll remain anonymous. But I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Sats and Sunsets, the man, the Smith, the legend, and Jenny Legendary. One of the most, if not the most, generous people in Bitcoin. And there's probably people in this community who would crack the list. But you know, think about if that's what you're known as, if that's what you're remembered for, is being one of the most generous people in Bitcoin. Pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool. So thank you, Sats and Sunsets. Thank you, Jenny, very much for all the love and support today. And thank you, everybody else. And Midwest Picker says, Fear and Greed is 28 today. Great time to buy. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a bottom signal. It's definitely a buy signal. But again, every day that you can trade your units of illusion for units of freedom, it's the deal of a lifetime. So there's really not a bad time to buy Bitcoin. As long as you have the right mindset, the right time frame, you can't lose. You can't lose. So the only way you can lose it is if you don't really understand what you're holding. If you don't know how important your private keys are and how to store them properly and how to back them up and how to geographically distribute them. And so that's our course. That's our course we're working through on school right now. We're on episode number 2. There's going to be like 30 freaking people who have access to those first 2 episodes. So if you did get if you got a membership today, you actually get the first 2 episodes from our new digital homestead course. So that's consider joining. We're gonna have episode number 3 is going to be on Tuesday, and we're doing not only just the episode. You don't just get the course, but you get like a live stream with other people, and you get access to the Signal chat, where we have about 21 people in there right now who are all going through the course together, who are all kind of at the same page in Bitcoin and the same part of their journey. And I really don't think you could find a better way to improve your knowledge and improve your security, especially for the frickin' price it is. You're in there for a year. It's going to be $200. I mean, is it worth it to you to make sure that your Bitcoin is safe? Because at the end of it, everybody's going to be in a multi-sig. That's the idea. But we're going to work our way up to that. So consider joining if you haven't yet as a premium or a VIP member on there. And if you just want to be part of the community, you can also join for free. So that's it. That's what we got today. Sharon B says, shout out to all the feds in the chat. We got a couple. I'm sure there's a couple in here. Jenny says, generosity changes the world. If ever in doubt, always err on the side of generosity. Amen. God bless. Okay. Paradigm says, been listening in the background. Got to head out. Sats sent to Arnie. Thank you, Paradigm. Okay. I got to go. Have yourselves a great Friday. I'm going to be live again in frickin' an hour and a half in case you aren't sick of listening to me yet. But I'll have some friends. I'll have Forrest. I'll have Rajat. And the Maple Bitcoin crew will be reassembling. So hopefully we'll see you there. Hopefully you'll join us over in the school community. And I appreciate it. Appreciate you showing up. We had a good show today. A long one, but a good one. So again, massive shout out to the MOBs of the day today. I don't know who's going to win, but it was definitely Sats and Sunsets and Jenny Legendary for a lot of support today. So have a great Friday. Have a great weekend, especially to my friends in the US of A. Have a great long weekend. And we'll see you on Monday, or we'll see you soon. So I love you all. God bless. Talk to you soon.